Welcome. I'm Kinetic Symphony. I hunt down and report on mysterious and weird, true stories, from glitches to the paranormal. Case file number 591, written by TreyJ88. The moon was ripped out of the sky. I saw some pretty crazy crap a few years back regarding the moon. It was a full white moon this night, no cloud coverage whatsoever. Me and my buddy are driving back home down a road we drive on literally every day. Directly in front of us, past the end of this road, is the moon in the horizon, sitting slightly above the tree line. The thing is, there was some of it missing. About a third of the way down the moon, there was a perfectly straight black line going through it. It wasn't a power line or anything. There was nothing obstructing the view. The best way I've been able to describe it is to imagine going on Microsoft Paint and using the line dragging tool where you can make a perfectly straight rectangular line. That's what it looked like. My buddy and I stopped in the middle of the road, wondering if anybody else was seeing this insanity. But it gets weirder. As we're observing this, the moon begins to disappear as we're watching it. It looked like somebody was pulling up a sticker or an image was erasing itself. From top to bottom, the moon just started vanishing slowly in the most computerized way you can imagine, like it really looked digital in nature. So we sat there, speechless, for a while, before we continued to finish the drive home, which was only 2 minutes away. When we got back, we got out and then saw the moon again in a completely different place in the sky, and it was a blood moon with a noticeable reddish tint. This was not the case a few minutes ago, nor did it have the black line. So that's my story. Definitely funky. Case notes, file number 591. This reminds me of another moon glitch I narrated a while back on the channel, probably over a year ago now, where someone was observing the moon having a literal holographic line run through it from bottom to top, like it was a projection of the moon, not a real physical object up there. Personally, I don't think the moon is fake. I do believe we went there as a species, but these accounts make you wonder. Perhaps for some reason we're able to create a fake projection of the moon in the sky, even though a real one exists. I don't know why we do this or how it would fail so spectacularly as described here, but that is indeed what it seems like is happening. There's a real moon and then a holographic projection, sometimes. By who? The government? Or is it just some amateurs trying to prank people? Case file number 592, written by Zigzag X3. You told me about the Mandela Effect. Not long after the first lockdown started, I was talking to one of my best friends, Kay, about movies on Netflix and Prime that are worth checking out. For context, I literally only had 3 friends who I talked to at that time. The only other people I talked to were my doctor, 15-minute phone call every 2 months, and random texts to and from my mom. I never do phone calls unless it's an emergency. Kay was the only person I visited and spoke to in person for months during the initial lockdown. Anyways, he asked me if I'd seen the Mandela Effect, and I told him I hadn't, and asked what it was about. He then asked if I knew what the actual Mandela Effect was, and I told him no, I didn't. Kay went into great detail, as he always does, explaining the phenomenon to me, where the name came from, along with at least 20 or 30 examples like the Berenstain Bears and the Monopoly Man. After his super thorough psych lecture, he told me about the movie The Mandela Effect. He gave me the whole setup and went on about how I should really watch it. A couple weeks later, I turned it on, and it was absolutely 100% just as good as he said it was. I was so excited, I texted my other 2 friends to tell them about the movie. I even told them about how Kay had recommended it, and I explained what the Mandela Effect was in the same way Kay explained it to me. They enjoyed it when they watched it. Fast forward to early fall. I was visiting Kay and his family, and his mom asked for a movie suggestion. I asked if Kay had already made them watch the Mandela Effect, and turns out he hadn't. Again, I went in depth about the actual phenomena the movie was named after, told them all about how Kay explained it all to me and made me watch it. I made my other 2 friends watch it, blah blah blah. Kay woke up from his nap shortly after she started the movie, came into the living room and started making fun of the movie we chose because it looked really dumb and asked what it was. To cut to the chase, he had never even heard of the movie. and he didn't even have a firm grasp on what the Mandela Effect really was. I argued with him for 10 minutes about whether or not he'd told me about it. I went over our entire conversation I vividly remembered having in his room. I ended up teaching him some examples that he'd never even heard of, things he taught me. Have you ever met anybody way too smart to act dumb? That's him. I'm sure you think that he was probably just messing with me, but I can assure you with 100% confidence that he absolutely was not. This man cannot lie. He also cannot miss an opportunity to take credit for something he did, especially when it comes to making a bomb-ass movie suggestion or educating someone on something he knows more about. And if he were to have somehow made it that far into his prank, never has he ever, he can't lie, and I'm a human lie detector. He most certainly would not miss the opportunity to start laughing at me and make it very known that he pulled one over on me. I know you don't know either of us, but this really wasn't a prank, and I really have a full and vivid memory of the entire Mandela Effect conversation. We still both think the other one is batshine crazy. About an hour later, the full irony of what happened hit him, and he finally got the opportunity to poke fun at me. I still have no idea how or what happened. Oh, and I specifically remember it being called the Mandela Effect, both when he told me about it and when I watched the movie. How? Case file number 593, written by Doug Shu, A Pocket of Time in the Woods. This has happened several times when hiking in a specific, general area, around 10,000 acres, in New Hampshire, US. Looking at my watch or noticing the position of the sun in the sky, it's hours later in the day than it should be. I can't explain the lost time. This area was settled by Abenaki in the old times. There is at least one artifact, bowl carved in a rock ledge near a waterfall, that was recorded by archaeologists. An Indian trail is shown on old maps. I have found petroglyphs and, I suspect, graves and other things. The area was settled by Europeans for a time, but they all left or died. There are only cellar holes and cemeteries now. It's all gone back to the woods. There is a lot of iron in the bedrock. Compasses don't always work right. It seems to me that lightning hits some of the hills much more often than is typical, though I'm not any kind of expert in that field. I am experienced in hiking and camping in the woods. The amount of lightning scars on trees is crazy in my opinion. The author has documented some of these things on his YouTube channel. If you're interested, it's Doug Shu Bushcraft. He plans to reveal more if he's able, but some of it seems dangerous. Case file number 594, written by Boba Fett 13, The Great Bra Anomaly. So I'll be honest, when people say their items are duplicated, I don't really take it 100%. However, I just pulled two of the same bra tops out of my laundry basket and I only bought one. I've only ever had one. I've only been able to wear one every laundry rotation. I wasn't accidentally sent two by the company when I ordered them. I would have remembered something cool like that happening and getting a freebie. Unless I really just didn't notice I got two of them somehow. However, I have an explanation about why I doubt this is the case, due to the tags. My only other explanation for this is that my partner is cheating on me with someone who left the exact same bra in the exact same size and put it in my laundry basket, which isn't out of the realm of possibility, but also unlikely it would be the exact same bra and size. I even checked my order from my email because I went to see if I forgot I bought two for some reason, but nope, only one. Now the crazy part is the tag. One of the bras has the torrid curve tag part cut off. If I cut off a tag for my clothes, all of them go, not just one. So I would never have cut off just the first one and left the rest. The one I am considering as my bra is the one with a little plastic still on the tag part. I do this a lot because I'm lazy, and sometimes I don't break the plastic when I pull the price tag off, so I left it in. Now, who is missing a bra that we both own in the same size, and you cut off just one tag?